All right, question for you, friends. When you're typing, texting, tweeting, TikToking, where's Bo? TikToking. There he is. Give it up for Bo, the TikToker right there in the front. Amen. When you're doing these moments online and you're sharing your LifeWave story, your LifeWave products, your LifeWave journey, how persuasive would you say that you are? Does the way that you show up to the world from behind the screen persuade the human on the other side to stop their scroll, lean forward, and say those 3 magical words, "Tell me more"? Now, if you're not sure, good news, friends, that is our game plan over the next 39 minutes. I'm going to share with you exactly how you can attract more attention, increase your influence, and sell smarter from your very next message, meeting, or high-stakes moment. How's that game plan sound? Good, LifeWave? Fantastic. Before we dive in, if we have not met before, my name is Erin King, and I really believe that the best way to get to know someone is not looking at the company that they worked for or the company they started, but what really matters to me is the company that someone keeps. So if y'all don't mind, I would love for you to meet the 3 people that have had the biggest influence on my life. Starting respectfully at the very top of our household, LifeWave family, please meet the one and only Miss Betty White. Oh, do we have any dog parents in the audience? Okay. Not to get political, this is very polarizing. Do dogs belong in bed with humans? Correct. Should dogs be forced to dress in Halloween costumes with their humans? Yes, they sure should. Everyone knows that a WWF wrestler needs a referee, okay? And I heard this guy in the blue say, "No, don't worry, sir. Look, she loves it. She loves it." Next, I would love for you to meet the person who thinks they're the head of our household, the one and only Mr. Hartman King, who's my husband. And he is a Southern boy. I don't know if we have any Southeastern of the United States guys in the audience. Okay. So his middle name is Hartman, which sounds like a last name. He goes by it as his first name. I'm as confused as y'all. All that I know is that in the right lighting, he kind of gives off like this Bradley Cooper vibe, which I'm very much here for. Kind of like a busted Bradley Cooper. I'm into it. Okay. Finally, I would love for you all to meet the woman who's had the biggest impact on my life. LifeWave fam, please meet Nana. Nana came over on a boat from Ireland, which I've heard has been a hot topic today. She came over when she was just 18 years old by herself. She's the original baddie of our life. And she's been teaching me and my 36 first cousins, Irish Catholics, love making more Irish Catholics. She's been teaching us that when life gets hard, and this is my favorite quote from her, when the haters and the bullies and the jerks come out, the people who don't understand what you're chasing down, who don't understand why this business means what it does to you, who don't understand where your energy is going and the mission that you are on. When you get that pushback, she would always say to us, "Listen to me, love. It is always better to be someone's shot of whiskey than everyone's cup of tea." So that's Nana. So growing up, Nana and I were obsessed with this television show. I think it was the best show, arguably, of the 90s. We have a mixed bag of ages here. Probably Bo's a little too young for it, but I think your gorgeous mom is more my age and she'll remember. It was a little show called Saved by the Bell. Anybody remember this? Yes, okay. So, were you Team Kelly, Team Jesse, or Team Lisa? Okay, a little controversial. That's okay, we can do it later. I was Team Jessie. I was obsessed with her super sweet 90s perm, okay? I knew that in order to be like my idol Jessie Spano, I needed the same sweet 90s perm, but there was just one problem. I didn't get very good grades in school. My mom was like, "I don't know if we need perm chemicals like that close to the brain cells? Like, maybe we can, and I'm like, fair enough, okay. So the perm is not happening, not on Helen's watch. So Nana, who had what the Irish call the gift of gab, that ability to speak in a way that is so compelling, people can't help but say, tell me more. She helped me persuade my mom to agree to a compromise. My hair was naturally stick straight on my face. I would not be allowed to perm that. But Lifeway fam, as a compromise, I would be allowed to perm just my bangs. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. All right. Now, obviously, the hair is viscerally upsetting on multiple levels, okay? Some people have suggested that I was actually the original inspiration behind the movie Joe Dirt, so we have that going for us. So what my introduction video did not say is I'm also the inventor of the perm mullet, part perm, part mullet coming together. Now, what my perm mullet taught me in life, you guys, is that when it comes to anything, the perm mullet is the danger of doing anything only halfway, okay? You gotta go full perm. We gotta go full perm. All right, but seriously, I think some of us might not realize it, but you might be wearing a little bit of a perm mullet yourself. Now, I think we can agree, the last 2 to 3 years have been a little hairy for most of the world. And maybe for your perm mullet is the place between yes and no. Today we're talking about how you can get more yes online, offline, and all the time. And for you, the crazy thing is, sure, you get yes. Tell me more about LifeWave. Tell me more about the product. Tell me your story, sure. But more often than not, you don't always get no. You just get that awkward perm mullet tension place, right? We're laughing, but it's the worst. Did you get the message? Did you see the DM? Did you see it? Did you see it? You gonna write back? Did you see it? And it's funny, but that's really frustrating because we are here on this earth, right? Mary Oliver, our one wild, precious life. So anytime that you're investing your precious moments into reaching out, into asking for the yes, into making an offer, trying to meet, telling your story, we want to close that perm mullet space. We want to go full freaking perm, okay? So that's our goal today. So before we talk about how to get yes, let's talk about why we actually get no. Now, a study came out from Cornell University 3 months ago that found that on average, you and I are making about 35,000 decisions every single day. 35,000 decisions. Our poor brains are like a bouncer at a nightclub, the hottest nightclub in town, and there are 35,000 people just snaking around the block trying to get in, and our brains like on the list, on the list, on the list, trying to get us through our day, right? And so I do a lot of these talks all over the world. I've trained over 1 million sales professionals in over 10 countries. And I've asked people, why do you think you actually get no? And most people say the same thing. Well, Erin, it's just because no one can pay attention anymore. They have the attention span of a goldfish, of a fairy dust, of a pixie, of a star. No one can pay attention, right? And the truth is, while our attention spans have gotten a little shorter, it's also true that 15 million of us binge watched the entire season 2 of Stranger Things in a mere 48 hours. Okay. Yellowstone, Bridgerton, where'd the hot guy go? We don't know. I didn't learn till season 2, okay? Our attention spans have gotten shorter, but that's not really what's standing between you and getting more yes in your business. It's because our attention spans have gotten shorter, so have our decision spans. Think of this morning. You're going through your email, you are ruthless, okay? You're like, yes, no, friend, foe, server, seller, in or out, right? You get a message and you're like, do I write back? If I do write back, what do I say? How do I start? Should I rewrite it? Maybe I'll call them later. Write back later? No, delete. Actually, take it out of the trash. Let's do it again. No. 12 decisions in 6 seconds. Okay? So we're tired. And this is why when you're going through your social media, you're going through TikTok. Obviously, we stop on bows and we give it a like. But for a lot of us, you're on your social media and your brain is immediately trying to keep you safe, trying to get everyone from that 35,000 person line into the club if they're on the list, or sorry, thanks for playing. And so when you think about it, look at your social media. For me, like, I'll open up my Instagram and I'll see this guy, right? Brachiosaurus Bob, okay? He's a vegan who volunteers. He only picks the winning team, right? He's always #blessed, right? I'm like, Bob, I'm out. No, next. Maybe in your newsfeed, for you, the quick decision is like always on vacation Vicky. Okay. Yeah, she's in Italy again, okay? She's eating all the gelato, all the carbs, but they're like walking so much that she's like losing weight. It's so weird. It's like crazy, right? You're like, Vicky, who's paying for this? No. Maybe for you, you open your news feed and you see perfect mom Pam. Right? She's got like 97 children, but everything in her house is white. Just, how does she? You got good old just went to the gym, right? This guy hates shirts, but he loves a good bathroom mirror selfie. Maybe for you it's Deb. No explanation needed. Now, look, our friends on social media that our brain is saying no to, no, it's not that they're bad people. The reality is that when you and I get behind this screen to tell our story, there is a scientific phenomenon that psychologists use to describe why we behave so differently online versus an event like Heart to Heart here with our LifeWave family. It's called the online disinhibition effect. We're gonna call it the ODE mode for short. And the ODE mode explains why we are 34 times less persuasive from behind the screen than we are in person. We are 34 times more persuasive talking than we are typing. I think we can agree it's a Grand Canyon size gap between online you and offline you. So to close that gap, we have to understand what we're doing that's making us say yes to someone online, yes to their email, and what's making us say no. And the most important component that you can understand to change your response out of mullet mode from meh to magic is this. Offline, we spend about 40% of the time talking about ourselves. It's like a tennis match, like the great scene from Bridesmaids, right? You're hitting the ball back and forth. How are you? How are you? What's going on? You keep the conversation moving, right? But when we go online and the ODE mode, like a Harry Potter invisibility cloak that blocks our good vibes, blocks our energy, blocks our nonverbal, what happens is immediately the ODE mode wraps around your brain and means that you are talking about yourself online about twice as much. So essentially, we're all out there online trying to be heard and get that attention and get that like and get that meet with me, but we're doing it like we're in selfie mode, okay? And we all love a good selfie unless you're using one of these in case we're judging you, but just to prove a point, friends, we're gonna bring the house lights up, okay? We're gonna bring the house lights up, AV team, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna grab your phone, you're gonna flip it into selfie mode. You're gonna grab a friend you haven't seen in a while, and then when I start going like this, you guys join me so we can go back to the goods of why we're doing this. Sound good? If you have a chatty neighbor, shush them, okay? So we're gonna do a quick photo shoot. I want Zoolander, skinny arms, grab a buddy next to you, make a new friend, flip it into selfie mode. We're gonna drop a beat so it's not awkward. And then when I go like this, join me so we can come back. Sound good? All right, let's do it. Oh, can you guys play some music? Turn up the music. Is it going? We should have a vibe music going, guys. AV, music, music, music. All right, take your best selfie. We're supposed to have a great music playing right now, but there we go.
You just wanna leave. I ain't never too far. Just have a little faith in me. When all the fears you have are all you can believe. Oh, I'll be standing by your side. Just have a little faith in me. Have a little faith in me. Just have a little faith in me. Have a little faith in me. Just have a little faith in me.
Lifeway family, did you feel what just happened in this room? Did you feel it? Did you feel the energy come up? Did you feel yourself get so psyched? Like, honestly, not too bad for the old pandemic. Like, kind of killing it for 4:30 on a Friday, huh? Like, okay. Paris Stilter, we're in business, right? The truth is, friends, we usually say yes to ourselves. The truth that we all know to be true as professional sales, marketing entrepreneurs is that persuasion is personal. Getting someone to say yes to you is always personal. And so the very simple switch that you can make when you stand up and you walk out of here from your very next digital message, email, text, social, the very small change that you can make is quite simply, is just to type more like you talk. Simply type more like you talk. Now, this sounds suspiciously similar to focus on your customer, which is duh, right? But we know the ode modes around our brain, it's trying to make us not good at this. And so over the last 15 years, I have worked with some of the world's biggest brands, everyone from the Oscars in Hollywood to the United States Navy. My agency was pay per performance. So if we didn't get yes, we didn't get paid. So I was very motivated to figure out, how can we not just get that one random yes here and there, that one post that killed, but how can we engineer on purpose, more systemically, more of the yes? So we looked through thousands and thousands of emails, social media posts, and what we found was there were 3 key elements in a specific order that when we would set up content, videos, emails, posts, asks, when we would set up those asks using these 3 elements in this order, it would dramatically increase our persuasion power. So we decided to call it the pub method, okay? Which is very appropriate for today. You pub before you publish. Why is it the pub method? Well, because Nana came from Ireland, and she used to always say her favorite thing about an Irish pub was that there were no strangers, only friends you haven't met yet. So the pub method is how you can turn strangers into friends. Now, most of the world does not know that the ode mode is happening. They're just out there like Brachiosaurus Bob, and always on vacation Vicky, and shouting about their life. And there will be people in their life that love them. Their same 50 to 100 people are gonna be like, get it, Vic. Love that you lost weight on pizza, right? Love that for you. There will be people just like you. You could literally post anything and they're like, get it. But if you want to get out beyond your existing sphere of influence, we have to break through the ode mode, close the gap, level up. And this very simple pub before you publish will help you to get out beyond that existing sphere of influence and turn more strangers into friends. Okay. So the way that most people start presentations, emails, social media posts are usually 99.99999 one of these. Okay, I'm so excited to reach out. Don't reach out. I wanted to reach out. I'm hoping to. My name is. So when we see the open like that, even getting on a stage like today, I'm so excited to be here. When our brains, remember, 35,000 people trying to get in, so we're trying to see, are we in focus or not? Is this for us or not? Persuasion is personal. So when we open up our email and we see these classic openers, that little preview, those little 10 words, our brain just sees selfie mode, right? This is why LinkedIn is a cesspool, because everyone's like, my name is, I wanted to reach out, buy my stuff, DM Deb, right? All about them. What you can do that's different is what I shared with my friend Amanda. So Amanda was working corporate America. So she is a single mom with 3 kids. She essentially had what a lot of us have had, which is an unexpected family situation. Her mom wasn't feeling great. She got diagnosed with an illness. And so Amanda was like, how can I take care of my mom and still provide for my family? She found a network marketing company and promptly began to piss off every single person in her newsfeed. She made some of the classic mistakes. Look, she's a go-getter. She was out there just doing her best. But my mom, who loves Amanda, actually stopped following her on Facebook. It was a lot of caps lock, emoji excessive use. She was trying her best, okay? But so one day, like, it's funny now, but at the time, she was really upset because she's trying. And so I said, Amanda, can you just show me what you're sending? Just give me a little example. So she shows me this post. Sappy post alert. When I decided to walk away, I had no clue what I was doing. I wanted more time with my family, flexibility, freedom from financial stress. Now, there is nothing wrong with this post. This post is fine. But have you seen something like this before on the internet? Yes or no? Okay, do you feel incredibly compelled to say, Amanda, I don't know you, Erin does, but I just have to hear more. Tell me more. Do you feel like that in your initial reaction? Why? A landmine of I-bombs and my-bombs, okay? Now, this is where the pub method comes into play. I said, Amanda, all we have to do is begin to use this method that I've developed with my corporate Fortune 500 clients. I don't know network marketing very well, but it has to be better than where we are today. So I said, let's start with something truly personal to your audience. Now, the most simple switch you can make in the first 10 words of your post, of your email, of anything is to remember persuasion's personal. Who's in focus in the first 10 words? Because you only have that power of the preview. When you see an email, it's just the first couple words. Who's in focus, you or your audience? The ode mode wants it to be you, but now you know better, and now you can't unknow. So here are some options. Anything but the word I is going to stop the brain, see them in focus, and say, ooh, go on, more about me, okay? These are some magical phrases. So for Amanda, we switched it around, and I said, have you ever thought you had life perfectly planned out, but then something unexpected threw you way off your path? Does that happen to anybody? Anybody in the last, I don't know, 200-300? Years, you know? Yeah. So the truth is, in the beginning on social media, for example, you want to show about you visually, of course. It's your profile. It's your products. It's your beautiful photos. It's your beautiful life. Yeah, show about you visually, but you want to open with something that types about them verbally, okay? You change the open, you change the game. Second step, I said, Amanda, let's make sure that we're offering something that is truly useful to your audience, truly useful. Now, what most people usually do on social media is kind of what our friends do. Nothing wrong with this. If we love them, we're gonna say, tell us more. But if you want new people to get involved, you look at these people and you think, you know what? here I am in Italy. Here I am on a jet. Here I am jogging in my white jeans with my 97 children, right? Here I am working out again, right? When you see these posts, we're kind of like, well, duh, right? We can see that. We can see that. What's truly useful is what your audience can't see from the image alone, okay? You have so many non-Googleable gems to share with them. Your personal story, your point of view, your life hack, your recommendation, your creative idea. The internet is full of a lot of parroting and copycats, but no one can see the world in the way that you do. When we're looking at these photos, for example, let's say we have always on vacation Vicky. What we didn't know is that Vicky's going through a really hard time right now. Her and her husband are not doing great. She's lost her essence. She's lost her identity. And so she traveled to her grandmother's town to feel where she comes from, to get a vibe on her roots. She wants to figure out what it's all about. And so she took herself on a solo trip to Italy. Now do we care about always on vacation Vicky? Yeah, we're like, get it, girl. Maybe if you just went to the gym, maybe he had something happen with his dad where he had some kind of, an illness that is hereditary. And so for Jim, he was having a really hard time getting into a workout routine, even though he knew he should. He found this great hack. He figured out that if he could just sleep in his gym clothes, put his shoes next to his bed, wake up and just step in, he was gonna go. Well, then there he is now doing his laundry on his stomach and his numbers are down. They're looking great, right? Now do we love Jim? Can you see the difference? Here is Amanda. Imagine you're crushing your corporate career when suddenly you need more flexibility to care for an ailing family member. That's where I found myself 1 year ago. So what can't they see from the image alone? Finally, I want to keep it brief. Now, for many of us, Lifeway family, we are high energy, fun individuals. Brief, it's not our jam. It's not our jam. We got a lot to say. That's why we're in sales, right? So I'll give you a quick story. So my husband is from Alabama, and when I first met him, thank you, roll tide, I was meeting my future in-laws. They didn't know, but I did, because I was like, this guy's a tall drink of water. I need to lock him down ASAP. So went back to Alabama, huge table full of Southerners who are actually the greatest storytellers, the right amount of detail, the accent. I come from Irish people. We're epic storytellers in the long, literal sense of the word, where we tell every single detail that no one cares about. Okay, so I'm telling this story. I think I'm killing it because I'm a pro speaker, and I can see my future husband, and he's going like this. And I'm like, I don't understand. He's like, babe, I'm like, so my future mother-in-law, Mrs. Charlotte Macaulay King of the Birmingham Kings, she looks at me, catches my eye, and she goes, bless your heart, darling. He is telling you, you need to land the plane. Land the plane. We gotta land the plane. Deb doesn't land the plane, okay. How do you land the plane? The ode mode's wrapped around your brain. It's like Dear Diary mode. We can't see someone going, We can't see that. So we're like, paragraph 6, and then, right, chapter 7. So if you want to land the plane, the very simple way to bring it home, land the plane, is this. You want to ask yourself, A or B? Is it this date or this date? Do you like this product or this product? Do you have this vibe or this vibe? My personal favorite, yes or yes. So do you prefer to feel energized or focused? Yes or yes. So for Amanda, we put this. If life has thrown you a curveball lately, which are you choosing to embrace? Faith or fear? Faith or fear? Faith or fear, LifeWave? Faith or fear? Come on, people! Faith, amen. again. And so here's what happened. We posted the same image of her and her beautiful mom with a pub caption. Now, reach on Instagram is a whole other conversation. It has to be the right time, the right hashtag, the right news cycle. Is Mercury in retrograde again? Why is it always in retrograde? We posted it, and I want you to look at the number of likes. Now, likes don't pay the bills, but they are an indicator of the yes that you are attracting to your hard-created content, okay? Look at the same image, pub caption we just walked through, and look at the difference between 19 likes and 10 times the yes. Can you see the difference? So you want to look at your next upload, and you want to say, am I being personal? Am I being useful? Am I being brief? So versus saying, like, for example, we'll talk about it in a second, actually. We know we have to go full perm. We've agreed to that. Yes, full perm. Are we on the full perm train? So here's my challenge to you. If you all take the selfie that you just took earlier and you post it anywhere on social media, you can tag me, you can tag LifeWave. We're going to pick 10 people, 10 of the best selfies that are practicing the pub method, and I'll give you a little secret how to do it in a second. We're gonna give away free signed copies of my book, Digital Persuasion, in the next hour, okay? So here's the big little secret here. Most people, when they're at an event like this, are like, I'm in Orlando and you're not. Right? Because you're kind of like, it's kind of fun, right? So here's the thing, what I challenge you to do is let's just practice the first step. Wherever you like to play online, just practice sharing an image of you and your friend, you and your buddy. Yes, share you, but can you flip the first 10 words to make sure that your audience is the one in the selfie? Because persuasion is what? Persuasion is what? Personal. So flip the first 10 words. Have you ever wanted to skip an event and almost not shown up, but then you did and you were so glad you made that choice, right? Imagine that you were in a tough season and you had a lot of doubts about diving into this incredible opportunity, but then luckily you listened to your gut. And it takes guts to go with your gut. So there you are. You haven't seen members of your team in real life in a year, 2 years, 6 months. You hug them, and gosh, doesn't it feel good to be in real life again? When you can change the first 10 words, you can flip the focus. So now your audience, you're bringing them here to Orlando with you and allowing them to say, yeah, I see myself in that journey. Tell me more. Make sense? Yes or yes? All right, cool. All right, so speaking of selfies, because some of you are like, Erin, this is great. Love the pub method. I'll try it, but I'm not really a selfie person. Anyone in the room not a selfie person? Yeah, okay, keep it real. It's okay. No shame in that game. Here's the thing. What if I told you that a selfie actually changed the course of my entire life? Before Will Smith slapped Chris Rock in the face at the Oscars, this had been the most famous moment that the Oscars had ever seen. You guys remember this? A bunch of celebrities got together, they broke the internet. What you can't see from this photo is that just 6 months before it was taken, I was sitting at my old, cold, wooden kitchen table with my head like this, and I was crying my eyes out. I couldn't pay a $100 cell phone bill. I'm gonna back it up for a second. I don't know what your money story has been in your family, but I am the granddaughter of 4 Irish immigrants, and they came here to find a new life, a better way. And so growing up, we had a lot of love, no one was hurt, we had food, we got to go to school, we had a wonderful childhood, and growing up in an immigrant household with 36 first cousins, it was a soundtrack of scarcity. Does that make sense? Like, we were safe, but if you were going to the field trip to the aquarium, no Free Willy plush toy, right? If you were, at pizza on Friday night, don't order Mountain Dew, just water. In high school, you can borrow the car, but rental car rules. Return it, fill it up. So it was just this soundtrack of not enough, not now, not today. And so I remember thinking to myself, everyone's talking about, my mom had to ask for money from my dad. My dad had to ask from his boss. My grandmother had to ask from my grandfather. My grandfather had to ask from his boss. Raise your hand if you are someone in your family that is the first person to break a generational soundtrack of scarcity and own your own destiny. Hands up nice and high and proud, and look around. Look around. How did we do this? Well, we did it a couple ways. For me, when I couldn't pay that bill, I had started 2 companies, exhausting, expensive failures. The third one, I tried to start a social media company from my kitchen table, and it was the last chance. This bill could not be paid, and it was that moment that we all have where we ask ourselves, you know what? Right now, I'm finding myself at an intersection. It's either the intersection where this is God, the universe, this is a sign. The dream is in you, but maybe it's not for you. It's time to fail fast and move on, okay? Or maybe over here, it's the moment in every Oscar-winning movie where it's darkest before the dawn, where the hero gets up one last time and tries, and that is when they achieve their breakthrough. Now, when we hear these stories, it sounds so simple to go this way, but if you've ever known the fiscal heaviness and fear and burden of feeling insecure, you know that that path is a whole lot more realistic, yes or no? And so in that moment, I did what I think we should all do when we're at a crossroads where it is hard in real life to know what to do. I went to shower church. Tell me you don't get the best ideas ever in the shower, I'm not wrong. Yeah, exfoliations equal epiphanies, that's science. Okay, so I'm in shower church, the downloads are coming as they do, and I remember what Nana used to always say. She would say, love, when we struggled coming to this country, we would always tell ourselves the stars will align. The stars will align. Now, I don't know what your mantra is when you're in a tough situation, when you want to quit, when you want to give up. Is it faith over fear? Is it progress over perfection? Mine was the stars will align. So I kept trying to find a client, just one big client. You know how it is. I just need that one influencer, that one person who knows 10 people, that one yes in a sea of no to trigger a momentum that I am ready for. And so for me, I was getting rejected, shot down. No, not happening. Can't pay the bills. The stars will align. The stars will align. The stars will align. And you keep going to almost a delusional point where you're asking yourself, when is it enough? One pub message led to a meeting, which led to a moment, which led to my little teeny company of me and an unpaid intern that I met at a dive bar bathroom. Like, we were just at my kitchen table working on social media for like terribly small clients. One message, pub message, talking personal about our dogs, useful, an idea on how to make it more engaging because her event was too long, and brief. Can you meet Tuesday at 10 or Thursday at 12? And what she wrote back was Thursday. It led to a meeting, which led to a moment, which led to me back at that same old, cold wooden table with my head pressed against, but I was crying for a different reason. I had somehow been hired, my little agency, to run social media for the world's largest event, the Oscars in Hollywood. Yeah, it happened. So the big day arrives, I recruit all my friends, we're working super hard, we're getting ready. I'm on the red carpet, I see my birthday twin, Reese Witherspoon. I'm like, Reese, like she doesn't care, she's like, whatever. So we're there, and we're working on social media, and we're helping people, and we're supporting them. The stars will align, the stars will align, the stars will align. You guys, on my watch, as the person in charge of millions of conversations, which I had no business being in charge of, this selfie goes viral on my watch, and I realized we have to be so careful. The words that we use, the language, not just the words that we share out into the world, but the words that we tell ourselves in our darkest moments, when we are crying, when we're not okay, when we don't want to get back up. The language that you use, that you tell yourself, matters specifically because the stars had quite literally aligned. So this one breakthrough led to changing my life, changing my business. But for you, this is what is possible. Your Oscar moment is possible when you remember the messages that you send, they're not just messages. The messages you send are moment makers. And any message at any moment can unlock your Oscar opportunity. So what is that for you, Lifeway fam? What is the Oscar opportunity that you are deciding to unlock? Not someday, not when, but when you get up and you walk out of here and you leave, what is your version of that moment that you need to break through, to achieve that momentum? Let me ask you this. Why do you think you haven't? Has it been a limiting belief? Something from your childhood where someone said it's not for you? Has it been an old habit that you know you gotta quit, but you just can't seem to set it free? For you, is it a relationship? One that served you for a while, but it doesn't serve you as well in this season. What are you afraid to set free? I want you to be brave and call it to mind right now. Will you set it free? What is the one teeny tiny little moment that you could try? Is it a Google? Is it a start something? Is it a get up out of here and try to post personal, useful, and brief messages? Feel brave in an environment where we have AI and ChatGPT and terrible, awful global news, and it's so easy to get sucked into it and feel irrelevant and feel insecure and feel not enough. We decide to focus on what you can control, which is how you choose to show up. What is that one action you will take? And finally, friends, I want you to imagine that you're receiving. Imagine that you receive that moment for you, for your family, for the inner child that's watching, for the other women and men and children in your life that you are setting a money story, a life story, an impact story for, not just for you, but for everyone that is watching you. A lot of people online have a lot to say about what you do and how they feel about it. But you and I both know, as Nana said, that they're not the ones in the arena. You are the one in the arena. You are the one in the arena. And so, Lifeway fam, it is my deepest hope that you will remember to flip the focus, type a little more like you talk. Understand your Oscar opportunity is a message away because messages are moment makers, and you are more than ready. You are born ready for the moment that you were destined to make. So Lifeway, my name's Erin King. Thank you so much. All the success, online, offline, all the time. Your stars will align. Your stars will align. Let's go, let's go. It's time.